Everything you're growing and expanding on over the next year while Jupiter is in Cancer is not just for your benefit. It's for your future, your family, and generations to come. Jupiter is officially entering the sign of its exaltation, and while this should feel like a physical and emotional and spiritual homecoming, it starts out a little bit messy. You see, Saturn and Neptune are in the sign of Aries, and as soon as Jupiter enters Cancer, it's going to start squaring those two planets, causing a lot of fear, disillusionment, confusion, and stalling out our ability to jump full force into the new opportunities that Jupiter in Cancer is presenting us with. And with Jupiter in conjunct Pluto through all of June and even into July, fear of uncertainty can leave you feeling frozen. The summer of 2025 brings a slow start to what ultimately becomes a deeply healing, expansive, and legacy-defining transit, bringing abundance that's rooted in support, not overexertion and strain. Over the next year while Jupiter is in Cancer, we're being called to expand through our support systems, our lineage, our roots, and our intuition. This is about passing on wisdom, healing emotional patterns, and creating the kind of growth that actually feels good. And while the earliest months may feel uncertain, August and September unlock a wave of massive momentum and potential, especially as Jupiter begins to trine the karmic North Node in Pisces. Then, as we close out the year in 2025, Jupiter begins to square Chiron, and this is where the deeper emotional healing begins, healing that spans across many lifetimes. In this forecast, we'll cover everything you need to know to maximize the benefits of Jupiter's transit through the sign of Cancer, including a forecast for all 12 signs. And before you dive in, make sure you download my free Astrology 101 quick reference guide so you can understand even more deeply and with even more detail how this Jupiter in Cancer transit is going to be benefiting you the most in a very personal way. It's 100% free of charge. This guide is going to give you everything you need to know about the signs, planets, houses, aspects, and so much more, including a walkthrough step-by-step in decoding your own birth chart. Again, 100% free down in the description below. Definitely download this before you move on. So Jupiter first enters Cancer on June 9th of 2025 and stays there for an entire year, slightly more than a year, all the way until June 29th of 2026. And so you have an entire year of Jupiter in its exaltation in the sign of Cancer, which means that it's in the placement where it's uninhibited. It's the most supported it can be in instilling opportunity, in creating luck and good fortune in a way that's very supportive, nurturing, and facilitates growth on all levels. Cancer is a sign of fertility, motherhood. It is a very growth-oriented sign because it provides the fertile grounds, the exact right conditions for opportunities to grow through Jupiter, which is also associated with growth and fertility. And so we have two very fertile planets, And so we have two very fertile influences combining forces to facilitate this very good feeling, this very lovely sense that you are being protected, you are being taken care of. Jupiter, after all, is the great benefic and the great protector. It protects you against negativity. It protects you against the worst case scenario. It says yes to things. It allows you to not just receive opportunities, but to understand and recognize the opportunities that are coming your way for what they are. And in Cancer, you're supported in taking hold of those opportunities because the right people, the right support systems, the right situations will come in to ensure that you get the growth that you need out of this transit. Cancer represents the container of life. It holds, nurtures, and protects its creations. And those are not just physical creations. Those are not just creations through motherhood and childbirth. Those are all types of creations. Anything that you wish to grow and expand upon, anything you wish to create and achieve during this time period can and will gain more momentum than it normally would. And the context for this, the area of life it's going to be bringing those blessings is going to differ from person to person depending on your sign, especially sun, moon, and rising, which we will get to in just a moment here. And traditionally, Jupiter is also associated with fertility, growth, and abundance, but it's also associated with wisdom. It's the wisdom you gain through your experiences. It's the wisdom that you gain through deep study and introspection. It's philosophical wisdom. It's the building and creating of your value systems through those experiences that you have throughout your lifetime that shape your perspective on this reality, that shape your spiritual and religious belief systems. And so this isn't just about outer growth and external manifestation of physical things. This is about you being supported in growing internally. This is about being supported in growing your wisdom, especially your intuitive wisdom, your instinctual wisdom, because that's very much what Cancer is all about. Throughout the collective and even on a personal level, there will be themes throughout Jupiter transiting the sign of Cancer around passing on wisdom to future generations, around supporting our legacy, around supporting the next generation of children, around supporting the people that we care about most. It's about evaluating our lineage and how we can nurture and support future generations for decades and decades and decades to come. Legacy will become a key word for many people throughout this transit. As a whole, people might be looking to expand their family connections and their ancestral lineage, looking to their ancestry, heritage, and tradition for guidance about how to grow and expand in a way that's not just supportive to them, but supportive to everyone they care about, supportive to everyone involved in the situation. Overall, Jupiter's transit through the sign of Cancer is about wisdom, luck, and expansion that comes through our gut feelings, our intuitions, and is cultivated by our support systems, be those people, energies, environments, or otherwise. And just like any transit, Jupiter in Cancer is going to be altered by some very specific configurations that it will be making with other planets, especially the outer planets, as it moves through the sign of Cancer. The main events are going to be the squares to Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries at those very beginning degrees in June of 2025. In fact, Jupiter moves into the sign of Cancer on June 9th, and right away on June 15th, it's going to be squaring Saturn in Aries at 1 degree 18 minutes. And then on June 19th, it's going to be squaring Neptune in Aries at 2 degrees 6 minutes. We're going to be feeling this not just in June, but through July, maybe even a little bit into August, but then it's going to dissipate. And what this does is Jupiter wants to expand, but Saturn says, wait, you have to do this the right way. You have to build the right foundations. Under normal circumstances, this wouldn't be so problematic, but Saturn is in its fall position, and so the right foundations are going to be hard to come by because you're going to feel like you want to rush. On top of that, Neptune is in the mix, bringing a lot of confusion and murkiness around the steps you need to take, dissolving our self-discipline. And again, it's creating this situation where we're wanting to rush through things that really should not be rushed, even while Jupiter is in that protective, expansive position in the sign of Cancer. On top of that, at the end of the month on June 24th, Jupiter will be in conjunction with Pluto. Inconjunctions create this lack of compromise where we feel like we want to have everything, but we can't have it all, and we don't want to compromise. And with a Pluto in conjunction, there's an energy here between optimism and feeling this fear of uncertainty, wanting to know exactly how things are going to play out, not necessarily wanting to take advantage of opportunities even when they come, unless we know for sure they're going to work out in our favor. And that can cause us to miss things because we're being too discerning. We're digging too deeply into it. We're researching it too hard, and we're not trusting the process. And again, this is lasting really through to almost the end of July, because inconjunctions do have a smaller orb, where we're not really ready to take hold of the opportunities. We feel murky, we feel uncertain, we need the right foundations, but we're rushing through it and the foundations are not working out. And then we're feeling like we're afraid to take advantage of these opportunities. And it's all this big glob where we're like, oh gosh, when is Jupiter going to provide for us? The answer is that Jupiter will come online and provide for us shortly after that. In August and September, it's going to feel much, much better, especially because Jupiter will be trining the karmic north node in Pisces. It'll be sextiling the south node. This is where fated opportunities come in a gentle, easy, supportive, beautiful way. And that kind of carries over into the eclipse season. And so that's this fated period of opportunity. We're going to have more than one period of growth and expansion that's going to be facilitated by Jupiter in Cancer, but that's the first big period where it feels more uninhibited and things flow in a way that is synchronistic, that we can tell was meant to be, where the right people, the right situations are thrown into the mix at exactly the right times in exactly the right ways to support us when we thought we couldn't do something because we lacked the support, we lacked the foundations. Our support systems are going to be created through that configuration, through that time period. So that way, through the rest of the Jupiter in Cancer cycle until June 29th of 2026, we'll be able to grow and expand in the way that we need to, in the way that Jupiter has promised us in the sign of Cancer. Shortly after that, though, we're going to go through a period of deep healing. Chiron is in the sign of Aries, and we're going to have squares between Jupiter and Chiron. The first is going to be happening on October 23rd of 2025, and that's going to be at 24 degrees, 34 minutes in the sign of Aries. That's where we're going to have to deal with old wounds, vulnerabilities, insecurities, especially on that emotional level, old traumas that are holding us back, old guilt that's preventing us from moving forward and taking advantage of what we want to take advantage of. And this, I think, is going to be inherently positive. We're going to heal through a lot of our lineage, a lot of the old patterns that are connected to our identity that maybe don't need to be connected to our identity anymore. Maybe we need to move on. Maybe we need to be something else. Maybe we need to use those experiences to show others the way, to be the support system, to be the luck and good fortune of Jupiter for somebody else in our lives. That's what this is going to create. Jupiter will then station actually to go retrograde on November 11th of 2025, still squaring Chiron, and then it'll hit Chiron again exact on December 21st of 2025. This is a deep and profound healing. This is an expansive healing that is going to facilitate a lot of really positive potential, but we have to go through it first. We have to deal with the insecurities, the old issues that are causing us to sit still when really we should be expanding. And this will happen quite naturally. I mean, Jupiter is the great benefic, and I do feel like this is going to be a very supportive time where a lot of people are going to be turning inward, going deep and doing the work they need to do to fully move on, to fully be present, and to, again, take advantage of this. And then Jupiter goes direct in March of 2025. It'll hit Chiron one more time after that, and then we're going to be golden with that energy. But even while it's hitting Chiron, we're going to have benefits. We're going to have physical manifestations, and we're going to have a deepening of our own personal inner world and understanding that's going to help us to create what we want to create, not just until June 29th of 2026, but for the next 12-year cycle of Jupiter. Finally, on June 29th of 2026, Jupiter will move on fully and will enter the sign of Leo and will be into a brand new phase. And that's where we leave off on this story. And so without further ado, let's get into the forecast for all 12 signs, beginning of course with Aries and Aries rising. And as always, make sure you listen to your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign to get a more holistic overview of the energy for the next year ahead. While Jupiter is bringing all the benefits in the sign of Cancer, your rising sign will be the most predominant energy, your sun sign will be secondary, and your moon sign is important to listen to as well, although this energy will be more internalized and subjective. For Aries and for Aries rising, this beautiful supportive energy is literally coming from your home, your family, your support system, your heritage, and your lineage. This is a beautiful time where opportunities can come to you for your place of living, for finding a new home, for relocating, for investing in a property or cashing in on a property investment, for facilitating better and deeper and more supportive connections with family members or even your found family. However, at the very beginning, for the first couple of months in June and July of 2025, you're going to be getting in your own way. You don't have the right structures in place. You are the one that's procrastinating. You are the one that's putting limitations on your ability to grow and expand in that way. Luckily, you'll get over it very quickly, and at the end of this year, you're going to heal through any wounds, vulnerabilities, insecurities around who you are and the way that you show up in the world that are preventing you from creating those connections that you need that will support you in the growth that you are trying to obtain behind the scenes, behind closed doors, in your home life, in your family life. Beautifying your home is a really great thing for you to do during this time. Anything that's really going to allow you to feel more abundant, more supported, to feel good and protected in your immediate environment, in the place that you come to when all is said and done after work, after all of the social activity. This is where you need to be focusing your attention on growth and expansion, and that could mean making an important move. This is also a time where you're going to have really positive opportunities and potentials that could show up in your work, in your career, as a result of focusing on your roots and healing through any family issues. Also, this can facilitate better relationships overall. But again, you need to make sure that you're focusing on creating and facilitating that container in your home life. For Taurus and for Taurus rising, Jupiter is in your third house. This is a beautiful energy because it will be sextiling your ascendant sun or moon. And that's going to create more positivity, more potential, more opportunity, better health, better communication, better relationships through better communication. It's going to impact you in a lot of really beautiful, positive ways. This is also a really great energy for learning new skills, expanding your mind through taking in new philosophies, new spiritual practices, finding a teacher, maybe on a smaller level, getting another certification of some kind that can advance you in some way, or joining some sort of community event or club or organization that can help you socialize and meet the right people. There is going to be something subconsciously or something that's going on behind the scenes that will prevent you from gaining momentum with this at the very beginning, but it will quickly be cleared away after July, and you are going to be able to move forward with everything that you want to do. This is a great energy for travel, and this is a great energy for any of you Taurus people out there, especially Taurus rising people who want to purchase a vehicle, who want to maybe even purchase like a travel trailer or something like that to do more trips where you're driving, where it's closer to your immediate environment. This is going to facilitate better relationships with your neighbors. This is going to help you heal through relationships that are maybe strained, involving siblings, especially cousins, things like that. This is going to be a really beautiful one for shifting your mindset. So you're going to be thinking more positively. You're going to be believing in yourself a lot more, which in and of itself is going to create more opportunities because you're going to be able to see the opportunities that are available to you and take hold of them through that optimism. For Gemini and Gemini rising, you get what a lot of the signs are going to want, which is physical abundance. You're going to have the green light to manifest the wealth that you want to manifest, to create what you want to create for yourself when it comes to your material possessions, your material world. This is a beautiful time to start a savings account. This is a beautiful time to invest. This is a beautiful time to actually be able to purchase the thing that you've been wanting to purchase, to make that major purchase. It will actually pay off, and it'll be a lot easier to deal with, a lot easier to pay for over the course of this next year than it normally would be. The opportunities for the finances that you need to accomplish your financial goals and dreams will be there. And especially as we come into the summer of 2025 and Jupiter's trining the North Node in your 10th house, a career opportunity that's very fated and synchronistic could start funneling more money into your second house of finances. The only inhibitions you have are going to come from listening to your friends and listening to your group associations, listening to people on social media who don't know what they're talking about. Tune out the negativity when it comes to what's going on in the world financially. Tune out the negativity when your friends are complaining about their debt or their lack of resources. You can't focus on that right now. That's going to hold you back, especially in June and July, from seeing the opportunities for what they are, because it's going to instill a fear that is not necessarily connected to your situation, because your situation is about to improve. And so I love this for Gemini. For Cancer and for Cancer rising, Jupiter is going to be benefiting you very personally in all the ways. You are going to feel improved health, improved energy, improved optimism. A lot of new opportunities and good fortune are going to come your way through what you've created for yourself. You are the creator of your own reality. You are the creator of your own luck and opportunity over the course of this next year. And that's a very important responsibility. And it's something that will come very naturally to you as this transit progresses. But at the very beginning, there are going to be fears, lack of boundaries. There's going to be some nebulousness, some healing that needs to take place around your career, around your public reputation, around your connection with people in positions of power and authority, around the legacy that you're leaving behind, even after your working years, even after this lifetime. There's something here that's murky. There's something here that's preventing you from recognizing your own potential and power. There's something here that's preventing you from recognizing that you don't need an external support system. You are your own support system, and you are more than enough throughout this transit to create anything you want to create in your life. This is all about you. Your health can improve, your life's path can become much more clear, opportunities will come to you, you're going to feel much more attractive, people are going to be more attracted to you. You're going to have that spark, that jovial energy that Jupiter brings. And people might even be looking toward you as a source of wisdom, especially if you are in your elder years. And that's going to feel really good to be able to pass that on to future generations. This is a great energy to improve all of your relationships because you're going to be in a better headspace. This is going to help improve your living situation, your home environment, your connection with your family, and it's going to provide new opportunities out in the world to make your mark on this reality through your career or through some other means of giving and sharing your wisdom. And then for Leo and for Leo rising, this Jupiter transit is happening in the 12th house. And so this is the house of secrets and things that are happening behind the scenes and behind closed doors. It's the house of rest, relaxation, and reprieve, and it's the house of spirituality and deep spiritual practice. This is the time to take hold of that last bit. You're going to need to spend more time in rest in order to actually take hold of the opportunities that Jupiter has for you. Opportunities and new ideas, new potentials can be supported through meditation and meditative processes. New opportunities can be supported for you through rest and taking time out of the day-to-day business. And you're going to get more opportunities to rest and to just take some time away from all of the chaos of your day-to-day reality. This is the optimal time to engage in a new spiritual study, a new spiritual practice, to take some time to go on a retreat if that's available to you, if that's something that you can actually have the means for. And all of these things are going to create a much better situation for you moving forward. This is for you more about unconscious, subconscious, and spiritual growth. But at the very beginning in June and July, your old beliefs, your old philosophies are going to be yammering away in the background and preventing you from actually diving into the thing that you truly need to connect with here. After that period, all of your hangups around it are going to start to dissipate, and all of your old shame, guilt, vulnerability, and insecurities around religion, around education, around spirituality, around these deeper philosophies will start to go through this process of healing, especially at the end of the year, October, November, December. And into the start of next year, you're going to come out from this feeling much more attuned, like internally on that deep level, and that's going to be a beautiful thing. For Virgo and Virgo rising, this is a very social transit for you. Jupiter is transiting your 11th house, which is the house of friends, group associations, networks, and people you surround yourself with by choice. It's also benefactors, and if you are a business owner, it's the sales revenue, it's the revenue from your business, which can expand and grow throughout this time. And so if you're somebody who's been wanting to start a business, this could be a very profitable time to get things in motion, a time where you have the right support system through your networks, your friends, your group associations, when you have maybe the support of some sort of benefactor. I love this energy for that, but also I love this energy for just having a good time and connecting with friends. Your social circle is going to grow in a very positive way, and new opportunities are going to come to you across the board in all different directions through the supportive connections that you facilitate and grow, and the new connections that come in through your friendships, through finding your tribe, through going out and being social, even on days when you don't necessarily feel like it. Luck and opportunity can come in the most unexpected ways through your connections, and you want to take advantage of that as much as you can over the course of the next year. Power and control issues, money situations can hold you back from maybe diving all into that at the very beginning. There might be some friendships that you need to kind of heal through, work through, or let go of because there are power struggles going on there, or they're kind of maybe, I don't want to say it's like a curse, but it's like almost that. Like people are sending bad energy to you through their thoughts, their jealousies, their need and desire to control what you're doing. If that's the case, it's not going to be the case for every Virgo, but for some of you that might be a thing. And those relationships are going to become very apparent in June and July, and you're going to be able to either work through those connections or let go of those connections pretty easily, especially by the time we reach the end of the year. This could also be a really great time for unattached Virgos to find your true love, to find that person that you're going to commit to find a fated karmic relationship, especially as we come to August and September of 2025, when Jupiter trines the North Node in your 7th house of connection. For Libra and for Libra rising, Jupiter is transiting your 10th house of career and public reputation, and also the legacy you leave behind, the mark you make on the world, even after your time here on this planet has finished. And so this is a beautiful energy for anyone who wants to grow their career, anyone who wants to get more notoriety, recognition, Libras. This is a beautiful energy for that. There will be new opportunities that will come your way through your networks, through your work support systems, and through people in positions of power and authority who can help facilitate the growth that you want to achieve in your career. Look up to the people, find the people that are already doing what you want to be doing, and they're going to be way more likely to help you and to give you that boost that you need, that support that you need over the next 12 months. And especially around that time period in August and September, because you have the North Node transiting your 6th house. You're moving into a fated karmic new direction with your work, and this Jupiter energy is going to catapult it into the next direction, into its next phase. But it's going to have a slow start. So in the beginning of this, in June and July, there could be a relationship matter that's very murky, that is, you feel like it's taking precedence, you feel like you have to address this right away, but trying to work through it too quickly is going to not only distract you from the opportunities that are coming up for you, but it's going to cause the foundations of that relationship to fall apart, or that business partnership to fall apart. There's something you need to heal through in your relationships in general that'll come up very predominantly at the end of this year, that will free up energy for you to finally focus on what it is that you want to be doing and manifesting out in the world at large for your career and beyond. And then for Scorpio and for Scorpio rising, Jupiter is transiting your 9th house, which is the house of travel, which is the house of higher wisdom, which is the house of your philosophies and belief systems about God, the universe, the world around you. This transit for you is about standing in your integrity and being supported in doing so. This transit for you is about travel opportunity and going literally to explore new places. This is an opportunity for you to teach and share your wisdom. This is an opportunity for you to explore new philosophies, new belief systems, new higher educational pursuits where you can learn or you can teach. At the beginning, your day-to-day reality, your day-to-day kind of everything that you have to do and deal with, or even health issues could come up that are murky, that are nebulous, that you feel like you need to rush through and address right now so you can move on to the bigger, better things, so you can take advantage of the opportunities. Don't rush through it. And also just know that if you are patient with this energy, when we get to that August-September timeframe, beautiful things open up for you where your passion meets opportunity and you're able to actually take hold of something that you deeply love and enjoy and desire and learn more about it and express that out in the world. This is also going to bring opportunities to you personally in all sorts of ways because it's trining your ascendant sun or moon. You're going to feel better, you're going to feel healthier, you're going to feel more optimistic. And so across the board, really great energy for Scorpio. For Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, Jupiter is transiting your 8th house, which is the house of debt, joint finances, inheritance, insurance payouts, other people's money. I love this energy for money coming in from an outside source, your partner earning more money maybe, investments being able to pay off for you in ways that you wouldn't expect, getting financing for things that you normally wouldn't be able to get financing for. Money is going to be coming in unexpected and sort of roundabout ways for you over the next year. There could be some blockages. There could be some overspending on things that were maybe more for fun. There could be some energy around your children that's sucking your money too, where that starts to open up and be alleviated after June and July, and you're able to actually take advantage of these financial opportunities. This is also one of the best times to study an occult science of some kind or to teach. This is a really great energy energetically for healing through old wounds, vulnerabilities, insecurities, and traumas, especially family related. This is a karmic healing through your ancestral lineage and through your lineage in this lifetime, where anything that went on in early childhood or involving your home or your place of living that was causing fear or anxiety for you in the present will no longer be doing so, because you'll be able to heal through it a lot more easily. For Capricorn and Capricorn rising, Jupiter is transiting your 7th house. That means your relationships are going to perk up, open up, feel much better, much more alive, much more supportive. New people can come into your life, new close connections. This is a beautiful time to heal and repair any relationships that need it. This is a beautiful time to have an adventure and to grow with a partner. This is a beautiful time to find a new partner if you're somebody who's unattached. Your one-to-one connections, your relationships are going to feel much more supportive, harmonious, happier, easier than they normally do. At the beginning, though, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes in your home environment or with your family relationships in June and July that might prevent you from really diving all in to these opportunities that come to you in relationship and through relationship, because new opportunities can come to you through your one-to-one connections with people, through partnering up with people. And there's something going on. There's like something that you feel like you need to attack or address behind the scenes in your home life that at first will not allow you to really embrace everything that's going on there. That will lighten up over the summer of 2025. And it'll start to fully get healed at the end of this year and the start of 2026. So don't worry too much about that. This is a very good social energy for you too, Capricorn. So get out there, socialize, meet new people, because luck will come through that. For Aquarius and Aquarius rising, this Jupiter transit is happening through your 6th house of health, work, and daily routines. Your day-to-day life, Aquarius, is about to feel a lot less tense. This is a beautiful supportive energy for anything you want to achieve in your work, anything you want to achieve in your career, as long as you're willing to take advantage of the small daily opportunities and projects that come up that allow you to do that. This is going to create opportunities for you to heal your body. Your health can come back online. You might end up getting new pets, and that can be something that's really beautiful and exciting for you during this time. I love all of this. The only thing that's going to stop you from really taking hold of this energy right away is going to be, well, you, because you're going to want to control everything that's going on a day-to-day level, and you're going to have a fear around the uncertainty of these new situations that are popping up for you. And also there could be some negative self-talk and some lack of mental boundaries around this, or listening to what other people are saying, or listening to negative, especially listening to negative media. Turn off that podcast. If you're watching the news, why? Stop. Like, turn it all off, right? So the main thing for you is cutting out the noise of negativity and making sure that you're open and flexible to everything that comes up. You don't need to control all of the situations that arise. Trust that there is a protective energy that's nurturing you to create what you want to create in your health, in your daily routines, in your work life, and even when it comes to things like animals. For Pisces and for Pisces rising, another lucky sign trine, with the Jupiter trining your ascendant sun or moon. This is our harmonious energy that's going to bring opportunities and abundance on all levels in many, many different ways. This can really improve your health and your overall well-being, especially if your sun, moon, or your ascendant. The moon is the general significator of the body, and when Jupiter trines the moon, it can bring things functioning better. It can bring things back online. The sun is your vitality and life force energy. Jupiter trining your sun will help you to feel more energized. It will increase your vitality, and your ascendant rules your physical body very literally, and Jupiter's bringing its blessings there and helping you to heal, helping you to just feel better overall, helping you to achieve your health, nutrition, and fitness goals much more easily, where it doesn't feel like a strain, where it doesn't feel like a hardship to do so, where the discipline is just there, the motivation just happens. This is also an energy where in general you're going to feel much more optimistic, you're going to feel much more generous. People are going to be much more generous toward you as well. This is a time where you're going to be able to share your wisdom more abundantly. You're going to be able to do things that benefit others. You are in a lot of ways creating your own luck, but also there's a lot that's going to come through connecting with your passions, new opportunities to connect with your creativity, to do the things that you love to do because you love to do them, to have fun, to experience joy. This is a very joyful transit over the next 12 months for you, Pisces. This is also a time where romance can come back online. Your sex life can improve quite a bit. This is also an energy where if you're wanting to have children, you might be a little bit more fertile. So definitely keep that in mind, Pisces. If that's something that you want, great. If it's not, you know, be careful. But usually with Jupiter, it's something that's wanted. It's something that feels good. It's something that you celebrate. So if that's not something you want, I can't imagine that it would come and you would be like, oh God. But maybe. The other thing too is if you already have children, this can really improve their lives through you and through your influence on them. This can also improve your relationship with your children. You're going to be able to have a much more joyful, much more playful experience with them, where your relationship, even if you have adult children, will be expanded upon, will be much more supportive and supported throughout this transit. The only hang up is at the very beginning, there's something that you want to connect with when it comes to your passions. There's a new opportunity for something that can bring you so much joy, but you're allowing finances to block you from actually getting there. And it's not like that's pretend or something, or it's all in your head. There's a very physical thing that could be going on here. However, there is a lack of structure, a lack of discipline. There's a confusion or murkiness around what path to take and how to work through it in order to get what you want, in order to do the things that bring you joy. It will work itself out over the next couple of months through June and July. And by the time we hit August and September, you're going to be golden. Fated new opportunities are going to come your way that are very positive in your relationships, in your personal life, and across the board. And you're going to, I think, have a much happier experience. So you know, this is a beautiful energy for Pisces in particular. Take advantage of it while it's here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, like it, subscribe to my channel so you never miss an important astrology update, and make sure you share this with your friends and family if you feel like they can benefit from the information that I shared with you today. And don't forget to download your free Astrology 101 guide before you leave, because that is my gift to you. It's going to help you to understand your own chart, astrology in general, much more easily. And also, if you didn't already know, I teach astrology. That's actually my full-time job. And so if you want to learn astrology, I have a whole slew of courses over on my website, astrologywithheather.com. I teach regular astrology, medical astrology, relocation astrology, all sorts of different things on there. I have different full-blown courses and programs, mini courses, smaller trainings on different specific topics. You can find it all. So again, head on over to astrologywithheather.com if you're interested in learning more and getting a deeper understanding of astrology. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.